brothers and sisters, first of all, I would like to thank you for coming down in such short notices to participate in today's conference. It's a great honor for the sector of the ethnic press of Canada to have a great man with us, a great leader. Well, brothers and sisters, Mr. Dion.
Thank you to give me the opportunity to address your communities.
Who's that?
It's mine.
Through your newspapers and media. I have the great honor also to be with my colleague Ken Dryden, who is well known by you. Last December, I received a great honor. I received the honor to be the leader of the political party that made Canada the first country with the multicultural policy of the world. In the 70s under Pierre Elliott Trudeau, we are the first one. And I think it has been a very good choice for Canada. What we want to do, as you know, through the multicultural policy, is not an addition of closed ghettos. It's the capacity for each Canadian, the opportunity for each Canadian to have access to one of the culture of the world. And it's a way to share and to learn from each other, and through that to become more confident in life and to make a richer society, better equipped. At that time, I don't know if Mr. Trudeau anticipated how much this approach will be key for the success of a country in an era of globalization. But since the 70s is what happened. Now we are a more global world than ever. Why I want to become Prime Minister of Canada? Mostly because of global issues. I have been convinced that the only way for our country to be a leading country of the 21st century will be to identify the main issue of the century. And the main issue of the century is no less than to reconcile the people and the planet. The people being 6 billion of human beings. 1.5 billion of human beings beginning of the 20th century. Today it's 6 billion. And it will be 9 billion in 2050. And you have two situations for these 6 billion of human beings. Almost 2 billion of them don't have access to electricity, don't have access to fresh water, or with difficulty. And they are burning woods, cutting trees at a rate we ever saw. And they will, and we never saw. And it's a very, very dangerous situation, made worse by climate change, which is accelerating these kind of problems. And I have with me today people coming from countries of origin that are in the middle of these problems. Now, you have the developed countries like Canada. If each of the 6 billion human beings was consuming at the rate where an average Canadian is consuming, you will need 5 planets to make it. 5 planets to make it. So much we are wasting everything. I want Canada to be part of the countries that will find the solutions. Solutions to reconcile our way to growth, because we want the growth. Nobody wants to kill the growth. To growth in a sustainable way. That means in a way that will help our children and our grandchildren and the next generations. What is the link between that and multicultural policy in Canada? Very obvious. For Canada to succeed, we'll need the talents of everyone. We'll need the capacity of everyone to understand the world, because these solutions will be global solutions. So each of your community will have a tremendous role to play for our country to succeed in the new industrial revolution, the one of the sustainable economy. So this is why I want to put all the barriers down. I want to be sure that all the talent and skills of my great country will be put in contribution to succeed. It's why I need each of the communities that you represent. The coming election, I don't know when it will be. Do you know, Ken? No. Nobody knows. But it's not impossible that it will be pretty soon. I don't want an election, no more than you want, I guess, an election, but it may come at any time, and we need to be ready. We need to have a platform that will be very convincing. We need to have grassroots ready to go, and many of the Liberals here in Toronto and in Ontario are from your communities, and I know they will work very hard to be ready and to be sure that the election will be a success. That means for us an elected Liberal government, and we think as Liberals that it is what we need to do for ourselves, for the next generations, and for the role of Canada in the world. Thank you so much. These were my introductory remarks, and I guess now we're ready for the questions.
Yes. Yes, good afternoon. My name is Clyde McNeil. I'll be the moderator for this afternoon. On behalf of the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada, I'd like to welcome you all, and in turn, we'd like to welcome Stéphane Dion and Ken Dryden. Stéphane Dion being the newly elected leader of the Liberal Party. But why am I telling you all this, eh? Now, let's organize how we're going to have the question period running. What I'll do is, I'll start in the middle and work out.
What is your plan to expand and increase the participation of the ethnic communities in the social and political life of Canada?
No, I think there is a lag between the face you will see in the House of Commons or in the Civil Service of Canada and Canada as it is today. As a leader of the Liberal Party, I'm very committed to see this gap decreasing and eliminating over the years. So I'm hoping and I'm asking for everyone to look around to be sure that we'll have strong candidates from different communities, more than it is the case today in many ridings in Ontario and elsewhere in Canada. About the civil service, we have a golden opportunity because the baby boomers will go to retirement, and it will be very important that at that time the measures that we, the Liberals, put in place at the Treasury Board to be sure that without to have formal quotas, to have objectives to increase the participation of visible minorities, because it's not only new immigrants, sometimes it's people of different generations that must be in the civil service more than it is the case now, that then the federal government will be exemplary in a better situation to have a leadership on this file with the provinces, the municipalities, and the private sector.